I've got another new rune farm for you guys today, and this one is the best one yet, other than one that you can do at the very end after you beat the entire game. This one you can actually do starting very early in the game. All you have to do in order to do this rune farm is beat Godric. So you gotta beat Margit, you gotta beat Godric. Once you've beaten those two bosses, you are all clear and you can do this rune farm. It will get you 4.6 million runes per hour if you do all the prep. If you don't do all the prep for it, then maybe like 3.6 or something like that. So it's up to you if you want to prep for it. The prep that I'm talking about specifically is the ability to craft the gold pickled fowlfoot and acquiring the gold scarab, which I will link my videos on how to do those in the description of this video below the first paragraph. Quick summary though is in Murkwater Cave, you'll run into Patches. You'll have to beat Patches but not kill him, and then he'll open a shop where you can buy the recipe for the gold pickled fowlfoot. You can farm berries here. You can farm the fireflies at this lake right here, and you can farm birds wherever. I usually go to Impassable Great Bridge. As for the golden scarab, you can get it at the abandoned cave over in Caelid if you want to go there and beat the bosses there. That's how you can get that. Another thing that's optional is this crossbow. The only thing you're going to need in order to do this is a ranged weapon, either a bow or a crossbow. I personally prefer a crossbow, and I prefer this crossbow, the Crepus Black Eye crossbow, because this one is for sniping, has very long range. What that means actually though is it just fires the projectile at a higher speed, which is really important for farming this. Just not really that important, but it does speed it up a little bit. Not much though, so it's really optional. Just get a bow or a crossbow. And then you can buy the arrows or bolts at one of the shops. There's Isolated Merchant Shack. There's a shop right here. There's Church of Ella. One of these, I forget which one, but one of them will have arrows for you. Or you can go even as late game as the Hermit Merchant Shack. Now, I know for a fact that guy will have unlimited arrows for you. Once you have all that, you are good to go. There's a quest we have to do that'll turn your eyes all demon-looking like mine. If you don't want your eyes being demon like this, then you can't do this farm, unfortunately. And what will happen is there's a guy after you beat Godric who's going to be right here on the map over at this lake. And then you're going to go over to this fast travel or this grace, and you're going to head over to there, accept the quest from him, and he'll give you 3 of an item that is used for invading players. They're gone now from my inventory. You use those to invade players, so you have to do multiplayer. And then after you do 3 invasions, you can go to a place up here called the 4 Belfries, and there's a chest you open it, you go through a portal. Then after that, you'll be able to go to the underground place. There's another way to get here, but you'll be able to go to Dynasty Mausoleum, and you'll go over to this fast travel, and we can farm from there. There's also a way to get there late game, an alternative way if you don't want to do the quest once you've gotten far enough into the game, which I may cover in another video. Once you get there, there's a bird we're going to shoot at, and that's basically the gist of it. So let me go ahead and walk you through this step by step, how to get through this, get to it, how to farm it, and then I did a test where I farmed it for 10 minutes using the gold scarab and the gold pickled fowlfoot to see how many runes I could get per hour, and it came up to 4.6 million runes per hour. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first thing before anything else is you'll need a bow or a crossbow. If you're a late game player, it's not a big deal. If you're an early game player, you could go to this grace right here. The start of the game's right here. Go run down over to here, talk to this guy. He has for you a light crossbow, and he also sells unlimited bolts. So you can stock up on this guy if you want to, or if you don't want to, you can actually go to a different guy all the way over here on the map, and he will sell 3 of the stone sword keys. This guy only has 1, but the other guy has 3. Or you can go buy 1 from this and 1 from the Church of Ella, and then you could go to the Table of Lost Grace, Knights of the Round or whatever. If you want to go to Knights of the Round, if you're a new player, don't know how to activate it, just go deep into Caelid. Just go all the way to Fort Ferrith or something like that, and it'll think that you've beaten the game a bunch, and then Melina or whatever will talk to you, and she'll take you to the Knights of the Round or whatever. Once you get there, you're going to head over this way towards the blacksmith guy, and if you go down these stairs and to your left, there will actually be a mist wall with a statue in front of it, and you'll use 1 stone sword key right here and 1 right here. Actually, I don't know if the crossbow was in this one or that one. You may only need 1 stone sword key, but either way, it's one of these 2 chests will get you this crossbow. Then you're all set. You have a ranged weapon, and you have arrows or bolts or whatever, and now we can continue on with everything else. First, you're going to want to go to the fallen ruins of the lake way over here, and we're going to head over to this church right here. It's just to the west of this fast travel. You could also go from South Rhea Gate or Boyle's Prawn Shack or Academy Gate Town. And this guy will not be here unless you have defeated Godric the Grafted. So keep that in mind. At least that's what I've been told. My friend told me that that's what you have to do to get him to go here. And I did try it on a new character, and he was not here. So I assume that that's correct, that we would have to beat Godric then. So now with that out of the way, we go over to this guy, and we talk to him, and he gives us a quest. And you say, they didn't seem right. And then you talk to him again, and he gives you Festering Bloody Finger. He gives you 5 of them. So you need to use apparently just 3 of these things. You have to invade people. So I don't know if I can actually use this with multiplayer set to offline. So you may have to set multiplayer to online in order to use these. Yeah, that's what I thought. I can't use it. So if you have multiplayer set to offline, if you want to turn it back on, you're going to go to network in the settings. So let me go back to this. So start menu, system at the bottom, over to this one, which is network. And then we want to send summon signs, enable, play online, accept, and then we'll have to accept, and then we have to restart our game, or at least go back to the main menu and then come back in. So that worked. All I had to do was go to the main menu, and it said it was logging me in and stuff. So now we're going to try using this, and now it does let us use this, and we have to invade other worlds. So that's how you're going to use those. We have to do this 3 times and invade other worlds. I'm going to test if I can just immediately leave, though, and just quit. Okay, so I couldn't seem to find someone all the way out there. So instead I'm going to go to somewhere that lots of players go, which is right after Market the Fell Omen. And I'm going to do something funny. We're going to test something here to see if I can speed up the process for this. Because we're going to use this to invade another world. And as soon as I get in, I'm going to jump off the map and see if that will make me immediately fail the invasion, if that'll count. So I realized the problem that you guys might have too. I couldn't invade anyone. I'd actually never invaded before because I just don't, I'm too busy making videos. Well, I was too high level. I was level 141 trying to invade in a low level zone. If you are higher level, you're going to want to invade in a higher level zone. So now I went to a higher level zone near a ledge where I can jump off to test this. And now I'm going to attempt to invade and see what happens. Okay, so the high level zone was the issue that I was having. So now I have invaded this guy, and I am just going to try to find my way off the map, although it put me back somewhere. Okay, over this way. I'm going to see what happens if I just jump off the map and lose immediately 3 times and see if that counts as invading. They didn't say I have to win, so we're going to find out. Well, that used 1 of the fingers, so I'm going to try that 2 more times and see if that's good enough. Oh, that was so tough, guys. It took so long at this level to find invasions, but I finally got 3 of them done. Now it's time to head back to the fallen ruins of the lake, and we're going to head west and go back to that guy. So now I've returned to this guy over at this part of the lake, and he now will give me something else. Anoint me. And he gives me Lord of Blood's favors. So, soak it with something, and he tells you where to go. Maybe, I don't know if he tells you where to go. Main thing is we need to head up over this way somewhere. I actually don't have it on this this character, but I think it's right around here somewhere. There's like a place that has 4 sending gates, and we need to go there. So there's actually a grace at the top of this place. It's the 4 belfries way over here on the map. And once you get up here, there are these 4 towers, and you need to go to the top one. It's actually only 3 sending gates, I think, because this one doesn't have one. So you're going to open this chest at the top one. It's going to give you this imbued sword key. You're going to take this, and you're immediately going to go to the next one down, which would be, if I can get this horse out, be over here to the east. And then this one over here, there's a statue in front of it. And we are going to use the key on this, which now will activate this portal and travel to another location. So doing that will take us where we want to go. So that sending gate will take you over to here on the map, which is actually where you start the game. You'll fight a boss. I've already fought him. It's the boss from the start of the game, and you'll head up the all the way up the hill to the church or chapel at the top. Now, once you are in the chapel at the top, you're going to go back to this character that you interacted with at the beginning of the game, dye the cloth with her blood, and now we're going to head back again to the fallen ruins of the lake and head over to that church. Now we're going to talk to this guy again, and he will give you an item. Okay, first one was talking, second one is actually getting an item. Ridiculously long animation. Alright, bloody finger. I don't know if he was supposed to cut off my finger or not, but I don't think it's real. I still have it. Alright, we talk to him, we keep talking to him, and finally give a pure blood knight's medal. Okay, and then after that, my eyes are going to look totally ridiculous, and I am going to go to my inventory and go to my tools, and it's right here, and we're going to use the item to go to the audience grounds. Beware though, this makes your eyes crazy if you want to go do this farm. It'll spit you out somewhere around here. We're now underground in this place. If you ever want to get out of here, check the buttons at the bottom. And there's a button now on your map to swap between underground and above ground. I was stuck here for 6 hours one time because I thought there'd be a sending gate, and then I realized there was a new button on the map that tells you can swap in order to get out of here. Really unfortunate they don't tell you that. So we need to get over to this grace down here. So we're going to head over through here. There's a bunch of skeletons that pop up, and then we're going to run across through here and get through here. There's really nothing dangerous. So you just get on your horse, and you head over this way to the east. Northeast, and you're just going to hug this wall to get through the skeleton place. Giant skeletons come out of the ground, but if you just hug the wall, you'll be out of there in no time. And then from here, we're going to cut across the swamp right here. Those guys are a little dangerous if you're level 1. Got to keep an eye out for those. They're actually more dangerous than anything else. And then we're going to head over through here. And then head up this hill, hopefully without getting murdered by these guys. And then up through here, and we are at the grace if you can just get through here without getting killed, which is very possible to get killed. And then we're going to go over to this grace, activate it, and then rest at it. And now we are at the spot we want to be at, which is one more time right here on the map in this underground place. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to equip a bow or a crossbow in our right hand so that we can do first-person aiming. In my case, I'm going to use this crossbow, the Crepus Black Eye crossbow, which is used for sniping, has a very long range. You don't need this crossbow, but it'll make it a little bit better because the bullet travel time is better. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here, and there's this bird over there, and we're going to hold in. Once you have this, you have to, for crossbows at least, you have to two-hand it like this by holding, I don't even know, on Xbox, just hold Y and press it left and right bumper, so whatever the hell that is on PC or whatever. A triangle and L1 and R1 on a PlayStation controller probably. Then I'm going to hold L1 or left bumper, which I don't know what would be on PC, and it'll bring up this. So you just need to get to this on PC somehow. And once you have this, you can first-person aim. Then you are going to take a shot at this bird. We'll see if I can hit him from this far, now that he's gone that far in his thing. Did I hit him? Okay, you hit him. If you stand over here, he'll fall off the ledge and then die. And you will get 13,000 runes if you have the gold scarab equipped. Now, I have a tip for you before I get to actually testing this, which is reset at the grace, and if you immediately get up, you can run over to this rock, first person, and shoot right here between those tree branches, and it'll just work out perfectly. And then you can, once you see him go off, then run back. If you run back too early, he may realize he's going to fall off the ledge, and then he'll back up and not let you do it. So I'm going to do this for around 10 minutes maybe, and just to see how much we can get per hour doing this. Before I start though, I just want to point out, you may want to stock up on bolts. There's a few different places. Just go to any trader, try to find one that has bolts. In my case, I'm going to buy from this guy. That'll be good enough. I can just buy all bolts because I'm going to be refreshing when I sit down actually. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy like 600 bolts or something like that. Or if you're going to use a bow, then you got to find one that has arrows. It shouldn't be too bad trying to find one. And one last thing before I begin, let me reset this guy. You can speed it up a lot. And something I'm going to be doing is you can run over to the rock, shoot where I told you, reload, and then the second you see him get there and he lifts his wings, just go ahead and rest, and that'll be good enough. He'll die while you're sitting down. So you can actually go faster by doing that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fall off and die so I can just have 0 runes at the start of this and not have to deal with trying to do weird math. Okay, I know I said one last thing, but one more thing. Be sure to have your pickled, gold pickled fowl feet equipped. I have mine on a bar on my buttons where I can press it. You're going to want to use one every 3 minutes. Check the top left of your screen where your health bar is. You'll see a chicken foot with an up arrow. One of those is going to be the talisman, the gold scarab. That's what I have on right now. And once I pop that item, it'll have another one. So just keep an eye up there to make sure you're doing one every 3 minutes or so. And that'll boost your runes that you get per hour by a lot. If you want to know where to farm the mats for those, by the way, check out the description of this video. I'll link the gold scarab location and the pickled fowl foot video down in the description below the first paragraph. Alright, so that was right around 10 minutes of farming the bird, and let's see what I ended up with. 770,000 runes in 10 minutes. Wow. So I did some math, and that comes up to right around 4.6 million runes per hour that you will be able to farm even in the early game. All you're going to need is a bow or a crossbow. Ideally, you're going to want this crossbow. Crossbows, I feel like, are better than bows because of the instant hair trigger and then reload while you're waiting. So bow is probably the play here. And I recommend this one, which you can find at the bottom of the round table. I might make a separate video for this at some point. It's going to be at the bottom of the round table. Use stone sword keys to get in there. You can buy stone sword keys at different early game merchants. You can buy stone sword key at, I think, Church of Ella, and I know you can buy them from the guy by this one, and you can probably go on from the isolated merchant shack, or you just go find them, you know, whichever way you want to do it. But yeah, so 4.6 million runes per hour. Absolutely busted rune farm in this game that you can access early game. It is possible to access this early game at the cost of your eyes looking evil. But yeah, it's possible to get to this early game. You can even come here late game. This is better than all the late game farms, other than the ones once you've already beaten the game, because once you beat the game, you get some crazy sword that you can farm with. But up until you've actually beaten the game, as of right now, to the best of my knowledge, this is literally the absolute fastest way to get get runes farmed in the entire game. And you can do it early, mid, or late, anytime you want. All you gotta do is what I showed you in this video. Come here and farm at Mahogany Palace, or whatever this place is called, and just farm the bird. Easy clap. 4.6 million runes per hour. So hopefully it helped you out. Hopefully now you can get your character leveled up as much as you want to, as quickly as you would want to do it. If I do find a better rune farm, I will definitely post about it. So definitely stay tuned for that. And until next time, now you guys know the best place to farm runes in Elden Ring.